What it is, y'all, it is your old boy Pilk, and I'm coming back at you today with more Dokkan Battle, and we're talking today about the free-to-play Borgos that just dropped. Now, this is not any different than any of the other ones we've run, so there's not an insane amount to talk about. I am going to run a boost on it just to ensure we get a drop on this, because I've not gotten a drop yet. Fun that. But we're going to talk about him real quick, talk specifically about what you want to do in his ability system, and obviously how to farm him. Now, I'm going to go ahead, let's see, small and large. I'm going to see if I can go with, I will go with small. We'll go with small for now. Because it's all ones, so there's no reason to fart around with that and lose that little benefit there. Okay. Forgot to check and see how many that was, but that's okay. It's not that important. The one big thing I do want to say that changes from this versus the stuff we did over the weekend is that obviously this upper path is now open, so A, you can farm dupes. B, if you notice that just dropped 90 of these bad boys, you get 180 of the smalls from the this upper level here. You get, well, you can get 180 if you get them all. 45 of each of the mediums if you're able to get them. And then 4 of the large, that's almost twice as much on average. Can be a little bit more, in fact, than you would get from the lower section. So it's, when it comes to, as I said earlier, you can farm some of these orbs on the weekend. It takes a lot longer. It takes like significantly longer to farm those orbs on the weekend. So if you do it during the week, that's actually better. And per usual, if Borgos actually shows up here as the Ozaru, the Great Ape form, you will get a guaranteed drop on him, but obviously we do not have that in this situation, so we're going to have to make do with what we've got. Okay? But since I have it on boost, I have pretty good feeling like we're going to get at least one, if not two. There we go, we got one. Typically when you're on boost, you get at least one. Typically. It's not guaranteed, but typically. The drop rate's give or take 50%. So let's see if the boost actually benefited us at all. Please? Nope, we only got one. But we did get a bunch of orbs, and that's good news. So, there you go. So, how many orbs will you need? That's a question I keep getting on this. For the small orbs in the potential system for Borgos, you're going to need 5,840. Now, that sounds cumbersome, but remember, you've got to run this 20 times to get the medals. So, by the time you've run it 20 times, you'll have that easily, okay? 5,840 small, 3,250 medium, and 308 large. Now, once again, I do want to preface, if you're running this each and every time you're doing that upper path, you don't have much to worry about. You're going to get the drops guaranteed. Now, it may take you a couple times over 20, but by the 20th run, you most certainly should be really, really, really close to them. If not half of them, really close. Okay? Borgos. Now, let's talk about what he does and what you want to do in the potential system. Causes supreme damage to the enemy with a medium chance of stunning the enemy. Now, here's the deal. When you have a medium chance of stunning the enemy, multis are kind of my preference. This dude's not a monster hitter. What he's really there to do is kind of benefit your other units by taking the opponent kind of out of the game. It's basically a die roll every time you hit the opponent for the ability to stun them. Now, here's what's interesting. Let's go ahead and go in here to the passive. Passive, attack and defense 90% plus an additional 30% when facing only one enemy. That's actually really good, but launches an additional super attack when facing 2 enemies. Now, hear me out. The other reason you want additionals on him, and I've said this a million times before, but every video is somebody's first video. Whenever he does that additional, he's always rolling for the additional hit. Now, unlike criticals can happen on any hit, right? Criticals can just happen. So if you put it all into critical, you could, in theory, get double crits with that double hit. It's a possibility. That said, when it comes to multi-attack, the secondary or tertiary attack, I guess I should call it, is there's a roll for it every single time he attacks. So if he does one attack, he's going to do a die roll. If he does 2 attacks, so you're facing 2 enemies, each time he hits that, he's going to do a die roll for that attack. Now, it's a medium chance, so it's like 50%, so it's like flipping the coin each time. First time you flip the coin, there's a 50-50 chance. Second time, it becomes like a 75% chance. So that's why I say additionals in this case are going to be really, really, really good. Because you're going to get flip a coin on the first hit, boom, 50% chance, maybe he's not stunned. You get a second hit. Now that second hit is also die rolling for the tertiary hit. Second hit, 75% chance, but let's say tails, you lose, he still isn't stunned. Now you have a possible third chance, because you've done the die roll each time for the ability to get that extra attack, that tertiary attack. So now you've got a potential 3 attacks. And they're going to do the 50-50 chance, once again, for the stun. So you have a better chance of stunning. It just makes, like, statistics. It makes more sense. So with stunners, I always recommend double attack. Even if you only get 2 of the 3 potential attacks, it's still well worth. It's still well worth. So even if you get 1, you have the chance to get 2. It just works out better in your favor. So I really, really, really recommend doing multi-attack on this unit. I'm going to go all in on double attack. I think the only other option, I think there's a couple of them you have to choose between crit or dodge, and dodge wouldn't be a bad investment. So I do as much additional attack as feasibly possible on this unit. That's my 2 cents of the situation. Hopefully you understood my explanation and it makes sense to you. But if you choose to disagree, that's absolutely your right. I'm just giving you my opinion on the matter. Okay? So now you pretty much know everything you need to know. That is Borgos. I do recommend putting additional attack in him. He's easily farmable. If you want to know how to get his medals are available here through the missions. And as I said prior, you got to run it 20 times in total. 15 times to get the first 3 medals. 20 times to get the last 3 medals. So there you go, guys. Make sure y'all hit the little thumbs up button and support your old boy. That's the video. Like, comment, share, subscribe, follow my Birdman, hit me up on Booker. I'll be back at you guys with more Dokkan Battle. Actually, we got to test Mecha Frieza. We haven't done that yet. We got to test Kinkle to Mecha Frieza, so we'll try to get that done tomorrow.